everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and today we're going to look at my brand new book bullet journal. So this is something that is new to my bullet journal collection. I figured combining my two channel areas into one, it was about time to do that. And this month when I was creating my spreads in my bullet journal, there was a lot of new collections that I wanted to add into it that were only book related and also that I would need for the entire year. So it wasn't going to work very well in my bullet journal because my bullet journal only lasts a couple of months. So the idea of creating a separate book related bullet journal came to me, and I thought that I would give you guys kind of a look through of what I am doing in it. It's very new. I don't have very much going on yet, but I will kind of give you guys a flip through in a few months, let you know how it's going. But I just kind of wanted to walk you through some of the things that I have created. So this is a Creative Notebooks brand. I actually went to Barnes & Noble with the sole intent of buying a Leuchtturm, and I didn't like any of the colors that Barnes & Noble had. And so when I found this one, it says first drink the coffee, then I do the things. I figured that works perfectly for me because if you didn't know, I'm addicted to coffee. So I thought it would work. And this one was only $9, $8.99 I believe. They had tons of different ones. The spacing on the grids are the same as a Leuchtturm, but it's almost twice the size. Show you with my bullet journal. So I mean it's a pretty good size difference. Not quite half, I guess. Guess it's not quite half, but it's almost. And as I was building my spreads, I actually think that I like the bigger one better. So, and I'll show you why. So the very first thing is just the index. And with this one, of course, I had to create my own index because with the Leuchtturms, obviously they have an index pre-built in and page numbers built in. This one didn't, but I kind of like the way that it came out. I had my coffee washi tape. Yeah. All right, so I have not filled this one out, but this is just a calendar. If you do bullet journaling, you kind of know that your first page ends up kind of becoming your future planning. And so if I wanted to make that into a book form with only a book bullet journal, this looks like a new releases calendar. So what I'm going to be doing is filling these up with books that I'm really excited about that come out in the coming year, and just being able to put their release date and any other pertinent information. And then I also went ahead and put a highlighter, so if I was given an arc for that prior to its release date, then I would be able to highlight that. So I already knew if I read it or whatever. All right, the next page is my master TBR list. I have this list in several other locations. I have a master Excel spreadsheet that has all of this. I have my TBR list, my want to read list on Goodreads, but sometimes I can't get access to that, or for whatever reason, and I wanted a hard copy version of it. So this is my master TBR list. I gave myself 4 pages because, as you can see, it's February and I've already filled up 3. If it turns out to be that I need even more, then I can always thread it later on. And that basically means that if once I get to the page back here, I'll say, oh, finish the master TBR list, and then my page will say like migrate to next, to page 62 or whatever. The next page is my 2 yearly challenges that I am doing. The main one being the Pop Sugar Challenge, and then the secondary one being just the A to Z Challenge. That's one that I'm not necessarily picking things out for, but if I find it, or if I read a book, then I just will add it to it. So it's kind of nice to keep that track. The green highlight means that I've already finished that book. I'm not filling out even if I have a book that's set for that prompt, I haven't filled it out until I actually read it, because show you, because this was the most frustrating thing ever, is I filled it out all here, and then some of these books are not the ones that I'm going to end up reading for it. So that was frustrating. So I'm not doing that in this one. And then I just have a quote there because I had some space. It says, "We lose ourselves in books, we find ourselves there too." Okay, and then the next page is a genre tracker because I want to know what kind of books I'm reading and if my theory is correct that I read all contemporary, which it is so far. Now, the colors in these boxes represent the titles and the covers. So the colors, the main color of a book. So, and some of them, because I have not read all of these books, some of them will be both. So it can be a dystopian sci-fi and a thriller at the same time. It can be a young adult contemporary, that kind of thing. So that just basically is kind of telling me what I'm reading. The next page is a 5-star books that I have read this year. And I didn't want them to just be like this blank list that I am reading or that I have written down. I wanted it to kind of look fun and artistic, even though I don't know how to do calligraphy or anything like that. So hopefully as the year goes on, it gets better. All right, and then remember when I just said that I'm not artistic? Yeah, keep that in mind. This is going to be my bookshelf for the books that I have read this year. And again, the colors correspond to the colors that are on the cover, the main color of the book. And all it has is the title and then the number that I had read it in the year. So yeah, not artistic at all, but I thought it was kind of cute. All right, and then this just kind of going to be a running list of the books that I have hauled each month. And it's pretty simple. That's all it's going to be. I left a page blank because I figured that this is going to end up not lasting me, obviously, a whole year, since you can see this month's. All right, and then I just have a list of arcs that I have to review, and those can be either from NetGalley or from author inquiries. I have not finished this out because I do have more on NetGalley that I still need to review. All right, and then I have everything else just has Post-it notes. I haven't quite finished them yet, but I wanted to show you this. About halfway through the book, I separated it, and these are going to be my book reviews for the month of, well, I guess not the month, for the year of 2018. And my plan is to get like a little picture and be able to put a picture into each space. That's why I left those areas blank. And some of them don't have a review because I didn't review them on Goodreads. And like this one I finished on like January 3rd and I didn't remember a lot. So if I don't review it, I'll put a quote in it or something like that, and then the number of stars that it was given. So my plan is to do that for all. I'm gonna have to like go back and do that for the books that I have finished already. So that is a sneak peek into my bullet journal, or my book bullet journal. And I'm hoping that that kind of gives you an idea of the things that I am tracking. And I also wanted to show you one more thing, because I told you guys that I would show you my TBR for March. They hadn't finished it in my plan with me. Okay, it got stuck together with tape. That's okay. So I talked to you about my page tracker already in my plan with me. Basically, I'm just going to be able to color out a day based on the amount of pages that I read. So my March TBR is, and this is based on my TBR video, which if you have not watched it, I will link it here or here. I think it's here. Anyways, I have 3 Pop Sugar prompts that I'm going to be reading. So I'm just going to color it in when I start it, when I finish it, and then the number of stars that I give it. And then my extra 2 books from my TBR jar. And then for this month, I left this area blank just for other books that I potentially will read. Normally what I'll do, if I like this setup, normally what I'll do is I'll put, if I do a readathon, I'll put the challenges down there and then what book matches the challenge. I can't find a readathon for March, which is probably okay because I'm traveling a crap ton this month. So it's probably a good thing that I can't find a readathon that I really want to do. So yeah, so that was my TBR. I told you guys I would show it to you guys. That is my book bullet journal. If you guys have any questions or if you have any ideas for me, because I do have a lot more space to fill things up. Because like I said, I'm not going to be using this on a monthly basis because I have my regular bullet journal for that. So this is going to be more like those big collections. So if you have any ideas about that, or if you guys have a book bullet journal, let me know. Anyways, that is all I have for you today. I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.